I think it's really easy to tell ourselves that we're trying to help people by giving them instructions and prescriptions on how to do things, like how to do your rotation better, or what gear to wear, or even things in the real world. Like I majored in computer engineering, and that meant I had to do a lot of electrical engineering classes and then digital electronics as well as programming. And I used to try to help my friends at the coursework. I wasn't actually a super good student. I was pretty good at getting projects done, though. But as far as the theory, I actually was like an incredibly weak student. And I used to sit down with people and kind of do the work for them, but maybe not exactly what they needed, but something similar. And I had this thought that I was teaching them or helping them. But I actually think that it was all ego, and I wasn't really doing anything to help them. And I feel this way about trying to tell people exactly what to do in WoW very often too. I started off my channel making basically a brain rot video about how I thought that Quick Strike in Season of Discovery was going to be broken because it could proc Wind Fury, and Wind Fury, I believed on average, would generate enough rage that you could Quick Strike again. And this is like what really started my channel. And then I made another dumb gimmick video like that, and it got like a lot of views too. And then I was like, what am I gonna do? And I had this belief that I was really knowledgeable about the game and I should totally make guide content. And that's like useful or something. I started making lots of guide videos and things about logs and about why the meta is the way it is. And some of that I think was useful. The stuff where it's like this is the reason why the meta is the way it is. But when it comes to giving people a really defined game plan on how to do something, I just don't think it's all that helpful. You steal from them the opportunity to prove to themselves that they can do it, that like they're enough and they don't need any external assistance, that they couldn't get without you. For example, it'd be different if someone came to me and they perceived me as just like a peer and not like as a like elevated level of knowledge, and they asked what items or what I think about how to prioritize their rage usage, and then they went and asked six other people, and then they made their own opinion about who was right. Versus if somebody comes to you and they see you as some kind of a role model figure, and then you just tell them that this is the thing to do, and then you just steal the chance for them to learn that like they're capable of doing all the same things as you all on their own. And in some things this, this makes sense. Like it wouldn't make sense for your doctor to try to like teach you how to diagnose yourself. That's fucking stupid. But World of Warcraft's really simple. And you shouldn't steal that opportunity from people. It's very important, I think, not to. And nowadays people will ask me for advice on stuff, and I usually give them I think they know I'm just gonna tell them to like sim it or something. I don't know. It's like I don't answer questions. Unless I don't know, maybe if I'm like feeling down, I will, because then I can make myself feel good. Like, yeah, I'm such a useful friend. I told them what to do, and it's like this doesn't lead anywhere. And then tying this back to in the real world how this is a problem. When I took these engineering classes years ago, like it was 2015, and I'm taking courses on like how to make a CPU and how to make like an assembler. So that's like the stuff to write assembly so it can be turned into the ones and zeros the computer runs. When I used to sit down for hours with my friends in classes and try to show them how they could break the problem down or ways to do things, they would keep coming to me about similar problems in the future. And I think that just made me feel good. I don't think I really helped those people. But at the time, I really thought I did. I thought like it felt like I was doing them some kind of a service. But it just led them nowhere. All it led them to was coming back to me and validating my own beliefs and my capabilities. Which is it's interesting because even though I feel like I know this about myself, and I think a lot of other people feel this way, and they really love giving advice, it's really hard to control the urge to not do it. And this will come out in other ways too. Like you'll see in the game, somebody will, like this is a thing that happens in raid groups a lot, and I do this too sometimes, and it's terrible. It's really bad. But somebody will talk about how they saw some tech that like another group used, or they have some idea about how a mechanic works, and they'll explain it to you as individually, or they'll explain it to the group, and then maybe you already know this knowledge, and you'll be tempted to try to, I don't know, seem smart or save face and tell them that you've already heard this before. But all that does is make them less comfortable sharing stuff with you in the future. It's actually completely illogical. Unless time is of the essence and you really got to get people to stop talking about something, there's just no reason for that. But it comes out so naturally. Somebody would say something like, "Yeah, well, you know, if you're hit capped, you only need 6% hit." "Oh yeah, I already know that." Or, "Oh yeah, you know, I mean, Edge Masters, the last 2 weapon skill on it, you know, going from 5 to 7, that makes your glances have a lower penalty." And then you'd be like, "Yeah, of course, dude, I know how weapon skill works." And it's like, what? Why are you saying this? Like, what's really the objective here? All it could possibly be is you're really interested in setting a certain impression on whoever's observing you in that moment. And you're talking to at least your teammates, but hopefully your friends, and if you're really lucky, they're like super close friends. Like in the case of my guildies, and I consider them all really, really close friends, and sometimes I'll still do this to them, and it's fucking stupid. But it's just so hard not to. It's crazy. It's super crazy. I in the course of learning my profession in the real world, I remember there was many times I would go for help to like TAs, and some of them would refuse to help because they did their undergrad at a different school. And although they were an instructor, like an assistant instructor for a class, they didn't actually understand the material themselves. And so they would refuse to help because they don't know. And this is kind of bad. I had this happen in an FPGA class and also in an operating system design class, because although they're grad students, not grad students from every college in the world don't, you know, work on FPGAs and make digital circuitry or design, or, you know, like write an operating system from scratch. And what's funny is looking back on it, the TAs that told me no when I asked for help and just pointed me to the instruction manual were actually some of the most helpful. Some of them. But I think the actually most helpful instructors I had, they did one thing different than that. Rather than when I would go in and ask them how to do something, rather than them helping me or them refusing to help me, they would redirect my focus onto something else, like onto my other things I'm good at and how that connects to the problem. And they would just encourage me. And it would like calm me down and make me think more clearly about how to do stuff. And then when I made progress, I would know with certainty that I was capable of solving the problem for the class, and that I could do it in other environments also, because I'd really done it on my own. And that's something you can offer your teammates in the game or at work or anywhere else if you're careful. People have joined my guild before, and they'll be like, "Hey, I like your videos. I'm really new. I've never played Classic before. I've only played Wrath. I've only played Retail, but I'm bad at it, and I'm worried I won't be good enough. I don't know if I should go straight into raids with you guys. Maybe I should just hang out and do dungeons." And luckily, I think I've always been caught at a time where I'm like well rested and able to think clearly when this has happened. And I could then just offer them encouragement and let them know how other people have said the same stuff to me. And they're doing just fine. And I could point out people in the raid, and I'd be like, "This guy has never played before, and he's absolutely essential to the success of our team. And I'm sure you could be too." And then I literally ignore all their questions. I don't tell them anything. I just try to encourage them. And I think that actually helps. And it feels good too, but it feels good in a much more real way than just feeling like you're so smart. But it doesn't come naturally. I don't think we're taught to look at instruction that way at all. Man, I hated learning in school. It was so rough. I know about 15% of the people who watch these videos are in college, and I also know that a lot of you guys are in majors that are quite technical. If it's really hard, it's not just a bad thing. If it was really easy, then struggling through it, I mean, I guess you wouldn't be struggling, but struggling through it, if it was really easy, it probably wouldn't let you actually accomplish your goals and achieve your dreams. So, good luck with that. I was so depressed in college, but I did learn a lot. Thanks for watching. Peace.